Hey everybody, my name's Justin Slates. My weight is 217, weighed in this morning. That's what it was. I'm 5'8", and I decided to train back in arms day because guess what? I'm back after being out for so long, and gonna hit the Ironman here in 2 weeks. Excited for it. Seems like that's my favorite comp, always. Yeah, I've done it. This will be the third time I've done this one. I think the reason why I like that one the most is because I've done the best in that one.
Go ahead now. So explain to people everything that's happened over the past year and everything, since last time we did a video and stuff.
Oh man, past year is crazy. I'm just so happy to be back after. If everybody knows who I am, obviously, I had to have brain surgery in August, over a year ago. Awesome, but hey, everybody, haven't had a seizure in over a year. Feels amazing because I can drive now. Never had my license ever until finally seizure-free over 6 months. Brain surgery was actually not even the worst thing that happened because when we did that video on May 19th, 2016, I had a test called the WADA test, which was May 20th, the day after that. And it was probably like the worst feeling ever, to where like I was going through this procedure to where it felt like my heart was just going to explode. It was probably the most painful test from having the first week of December 2015. I had to purposely have seizures for a whole week just to figure out where they were coming from. And then I had that WADA test May 20th. And then I had brain surgery August 17th, and just less than a year. It was horrible, man.
WADA test, isn't that was to diagnose the area where the seizures were coming from in the brain?
That was actually that was actually the seizure test to see where they were coming from. The WADA test was to determine like the percentage of memory on each side of the brain. They put anesthesia on one side. It was like they put like one side of the brain asleep to see how the left one would react while it was asleep. While the right one was asleep, see how this one would react. And when they put the right side asleep, the left one, the one's damaged, definitely just had horrible like attack that was going crazy. And the thing is, they couldn't stop it. They had to keep going because they had all this chemicals in me. So that would have been bad, they would have just left chemicals in me for nothing. Just felt like my heart was going to explode, couldn't breathe. And then when they put the left side asleep and they did the test on the right side, went perfectly fine, back to normal. Crazy.
That was it. You had it done where? At University of Michigan, right?
Yep. I might as well say this, right? I'm an ND fan, but because Michigan was there for me, go blue. Go blue. I'm there for you guys.
So what was the recuperation like for that, bud?
Oh man, it was took a whole month just to learn how to properly talk again because of like what it did to me. It's like it was hard to walk, it was hard to talk, it was hard to think, could only sleep most of the time, headaches all the time. It was just horrible, but like all the pain I went through was worth it to finally feel free.
No, and you said you haven't had a seizure in over a year now, right?
Over a year, feels great.
That would have been in August, right? So
Yeah, the last time I had a seizure was August 18th, the day after surgery, because my brain wasn't fully where it was supposed to be when they took it out.
Yeah.
They actually had to take my left part of the outside of my brain out to go inside to remove the hippocampus and the amygdala. Those two parts of it. They were half the size of what they were supposed to be on the right side, which is crazy.
Go ahead and tell us a little about, now you have a competition in 2 weeks. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you trained today, bud, and how you feel going into the show and what you try to do in your off season, I guess.
I decided to train back today because last time we did chest, and it's like, usually you always go from chest to back. Did start out with lat pull down. It seems like that's what everybody usually starts with. I know I do. And I did that, and then did probably a one of my favorite ones, T-bar rows. It's a good one. And what else we do? A few things. Oh, the lat press machine. Haven't seen one of those in forever. I had to do it. And then, of course, did a little superset and then my arms, and that was pretty good. I felt a good pump today. And even for being on low carbs, still got it in pretty good. You know?
And what's your diet and what's your cardio like right now, bud?
Right now, the diet is definitely, just high protein, low carbs. Sometimes I'm going between 30 to 20 carbs or less a day, which sucks. But then also my fats are actually a little bit higher, mainly for like the meat. And I came up with that idea of let's just try fish. For the last 4 weeks out, just fish. And I haven't really touched much chicken lately, but I feel like once after this comp, see how it goes, depending on how I do in the Ironman. I'll get back on chicken to see what happens if I have to compete in the Central. I want to try to do my best to, at least get qualified for nationals and see what I can do with this sport,
How does it feel to be? How do you feel to be back and doing this? But after, let's see, so you had a year off.
Basically 2 years.
Yeah, basically 2 years. Yeah.
Basically 2 years. It feels great because it feels like it brings back myself of who I was, but it also feels like I'm a new person too, because when I was competing in 2014 was probably like my best year, but I like, obviously everybody who has Facebook sees like the memories and stuff. I just saw a memory back in 2014 where it says when I was competing, and it just said, just got out of the hospital from having seizures, and I just went back to the gym the next day. But I'm just so glad I don't have to do that. Every day I get to go to the gym feeling free without having to deal with something that could hold me back or worry about something.
Yeah, and I was going to say that what you've been through and that you're competing in general itself is amazing, and you're looking crazy now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels great to be back at it.
Think about family, friends?
I definitely want to thank my family for definitely being there for me, all of them. And definitely still give a shout out to my boy Julian Palm. He's the one that definitely believes in me the most. And of course you, Jeff. And I just want to give a shout out to him and his family. They're all amazing. I miss you guys. And give a shout out to my ex-girlfriend, but still real good friends, Carissa Laval. She's amazing. She still supports me for what I do. We're just definitely focused on ourselves and what we need to do with our lives, and everything's great. Everything's good.